Hey, what's up guys? Alex here from technoclass.com. We're here in Rockwell, where Samsung has just launched a new line of, some squattinger and OP idol guy. It's just past our frame. Samsung has just launched a new series of A6 phones, the A6 and the A6 Plus. They're priced at 16,500 or 490, and then the A6 Plus, it's priced at 23,000, so 22,990. But they'll be sort of mid-range phones, like I said, 16.5 and 23,000. They're competing against maybe your selfie phones or maybe your mid-range phones. Samsung claims that they're not competing with these brands, but you know, we all know that if you're in the same price bracket, you're going to compete against them. And they are touting the Bixby Vision feature on both of these phones, which you are familiar with from other Samsung phones. Interesting processor choices as well. The A6 has I believe a 7680. I'll correct that in a post if I have to. A6 Plus has a Snapdragon 450, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe they're switched around. Interesting choice of processors there, which is you would maybe consider slightly lower than competition today. Very interesting, especially since today in 2018 and in May 2018, the competition is super fierce when it comes to new processors into the mid-range market. So we'll get a hands-on of these phones and we'll see if you are interested in them. All right guys, so kind of an unusual place to do a hands-on of the phone. This is the Samsung Galaxy A6. I don't know if that's a 2018 moniker, but this is the A6. It's got some interesting lines. As you can see, it's made of metal, and it's got the unusual, or the sort of usual or interesting looking U-shaped antenna bands, top and bottom. The Samsung logo right there. A fingerprint scanner and a 16 megapixel camera. I believe it's f1.7, or maybe the other one is f1.7. All right, so this is the display. It is unfortunately HD plus only. The A6 Plus has a full HD plus display, so that looks better in the hand, but it is a Samsung AMOLED display, so it is nice and relatively bright, even though we are in direct sunlight here, so you can have a hard time seeing it, but it's pretty decent. In my personal opinion, I can see it clearly. The camera has a little bit harder time, and that's just how it is. So we're looking at a 7870 processor here, an Exynos 7870. I'm not familiar with that so much, but I think it's like a mid-range processor, which is very interesting because today of all days in May 2018, brands are now competing with processor performance and performance of their smartphones today. So very interesting. We got 3 gigs of RAM, I believe 32 gigs of storage. The A6 Plus is probably more to your liking for most people because it's got 4 gigs of RAM. Dual cameras, I believe a 16 and 5, and then a 24 megapixel selfie in front for the A6 Plus, which we'll do a hands-on in just a bit. All right, so here is the A6 Plus from Samsung. And right out the bat, I think this is the way better phone over the other two, over the A6. 23,000 pesos, or about 22,990 to be exact. It has a similar design, even though this is blue, and it looks so much better. I mean, even the black one looks better than the A6 in my opinion. But it's got a bigger display, 6-inch display over the A6. The A6 has a 5.6-inch display. It's got an infinity over all of it. You know, Samsung brands the infinity, but most of us know it as a full HD plus display with the curved sides or the corners right there, or the rounded corners. And it's a full HD plus display. You got the same U-shaped antenna lines on the back, and it looks really good. It's got dual cameras on the back, 16 and 5, and the selfie camera is 24 megapixels, so it's competing quite a bit with other selfie phones, although this is priced a little bit higher at 23,000 pesos. What you're getting is the Super AMOLED display from Samsung, and this looks much brighter than the A6 in my opinion. Could be because it's a full HD plus, you know, more pixels, brighter and whatnot. But overall, I think this is the better buy. So I think if you're ever gonna check any of these phones out, you should check out the A6 Plus personally. Unless you're just interested in the design, Samsung has a pretty striking design anyway. and the fingerprint scanner. Oh, they also have Bixby features, which is built into the camera, which will identify parts of your photo and tell you, hey, you can buy these shoes and whatnot. I don't know if you're interested in that, but it's there. So that's a Samsung exclusive feature. That's kind of one of their unique selling points. And there you have it. That's my hands-on of the A6 Plus. Alex from TechnoClass.com here. Very interesting phones. I don't know how it will compete with today's kind of competitive mid-range market, but we'll see. At least Samsung is trying something different with these phones. A little bit more competitive than their previous efforts. So could be promising. Anyway, bye.